A day at a Roman circus was one of the most exciting experiences available to ordinary citizens of ancient Rome. Despite the modern meaning of the word circus, a Roman circus was not a place with clowns or acrobats. Instead, it was a massive stadium built primarily for chariot racing and public spectacles. The largest and most famous was the Circus Maximus, which could hold well over 100,000 spectators and may have accommodated more than 200,000 during its peak. The day often began early in the morning as crowds streamed into the circus. People from every social class attended. Wealthy senators and government officials sat in reserved sections near the track, while ordinary citizens filled the upper seating areas. Vendors sold food, drinks, and small souvenirs, creating an atmosphere that resembled a modern sporting event. Families, friends, and political supporters gathered together, discussing the races and cheering for their favorite teams. The main attraction was chariot racing. 4 major racing factions dominated the sport: the blues, greens, reds, and whites. Fans adopted these teams with incredible passion. Many Romans were loyal to a faction for life and followed the races as closely as modern sports fans follow football or baseball. Arguments, celebrations, and even occasional fights between supporters were common. Before the races began, there was often a grand procession known as the Pompa Circense. Participants marched into the stadium carrying religious symbols, statues of gods, musicians, and ceremonial officials. The procession emphasized the connection between Roman religion, government, and public entertainment. The arrival of important political leaders or the emperor often generated tremendous excitement among the crowd. Once the races started, the energy inside the circus became intense. Chariots typically raced around a long central barrier called the spina. Most races consisted of 7 laps. The turns at each end of the track were extremely dangerous. Drivers pushed their horses to maximum speed while attempting to gain position against rivals. Crashes were common and often spectacular. Chariots would collide, overturn, or become tangled together in accidents known as naufragia, which meant shipwrecks. Crowds roared with excitement whenever a crash occurred. Throughout the day, numerous races were held. Between events, spectators socialized, ate meals, placed wagers, and discussed the performances of the drivers. Successful charioteers became celebrities throughout the empire. Some earned enormous fortunes and achieved fame comparable to modern professional athletes. The circus also served an important political purpose. Emperors and politicians sponsored games to gain public support and demonstrate their generosity. Free admission and occasional distributions of food reinforced the idea that rulers cared for the people. The excitement of the races helped create a sense of unity and pride among spectators. This connection between public entertainment and political popularity contributed to the concept later described as bread and circuses. As the final races concluded and the crowd began to leave, conversations about victories, crashes, and favorite drivers continued throughout the city. For many Romans, a day at the circus was more than entertainment. It was a social event, a political gathering, and a chance to participate in one of the most important public traditions of Roman life. The sights, sounds, and emotions of the circus made it one of the defining experiences of ancient Rome.